On the southern side of Montserrat stood a tall mountain. At first glance, it looked peaceful, almost gentle. Green forests covered its slopes from the base all the way toward the summit. Tall tropical trees swayed softly in the warm Caribbean wind. Birds flew above the canopy, and white clouds often floated quietly around the mountain's peak. From a distance, it looked like nothing more than a beautiful part of the islandscape, a silent guardian watching over the land. For the people of Montserrat, the mountain was simply there. It was something they saw every day. Children grew up playing beneath its shadow. Farmers worked the land nearby. Visitors admired its beauty while exploring the island. No one felt afraid of it. No one thought it was dangerous. In fact, most people barely thought about it at all. To them, the mountain was simply part of the island's natural beauty. Something permanent, something peaceful, something safe. But this mountain had a name. It was called Soufrière Hills. And Soufrière Hills was not just a mountain. It was a volcano. A massive volcanic system that had been quietly resting beneath the island for centuries. But for generations, the volcano had remained silent. No dramatic explosions, no rivers of lava, no clouds of ash rising into the sky. Year after year, decade after decade, nothing happened. Life on the island continued peacefully. Because of this long silence, many people began to believe something comforting. They believed the volcano was extinct, or at least completely harmless. After all, if something hasn't erupted in hundreds of years, it must be safe, right? This belief slowly became part of everyday life. People built homes across the island. Towns grew, roads and buildings appeared. The capital city of Plymouth expanded and thrived, all while the volcano quietly watched from the south. But while many residents believed the volcano was harmless, scientists were more cautious. Because in the world of geology, silence does not always mean safety. In fact, sometimes the most dangerous volcanoes in the world are the ones that remain quiet for the longest time. A volcano can stay inactive for decades, sometimes even centuries. But that does not mean it is dead. Deep beneath the Earth's surface, powerful forces are always moving: heat, pressure, molten rock. These forces build slowly over time, invisible, hidden beneath layers of rock and soil. And when the pressure becomes too great, a volcano can suddenly wake up without warning, without mercy. Soufrière Hills was exactly that kind of volcano. For hundreds of years, it had been silent, sleeping beneath the island like a giant resting beneath the ground. But sleeping giants do not sleep forever, and sometimes when they wake, the results can be catastrophic. But long before the eruptions, before the earthquakes, before the ash filled the sky, Soufrière Hills appeared almost peaceful. Visitors traveling through Montserrat often admired the mountain's beauty. The slopes were covered with lush tropical vegetation. The air was warm and humid. Sunlight filtered through the trees. Streams flowed down the mountainside, feeding the forests below. Everything about the landscape suggested life and tranquility. Nothing suggested danger. Nothing suggested destruction. But beneath the surface, things were not as quiet as they seemed. Far below the mountain, deep underground, magma slowly moved through the Earth's crust. This molten rock carried enormous heat and pressure, and over time, that pressure slowly began to build. Year after year, decade after decade, the volcano remained quiet on the outside, but inside, it was slowly changing. Scientists studying volcanoes around the world know something very important. Volcanoes are not random. They follow patterns. Sometimes those patterns take hundreds of years to reveal themselves. But when the signs begin to appear, they must be taken seriously, because a volcano that has been quiet for a long time is not always dead. Sometimes it is only sleeping, and a sleeping volcano can wake up at any time, without warning, without mercy. For the people living on Montserrat, this truth would soon become painfully clear. But at this moment in history, before the eruptions, before the ash clouds, before the destruction, Soufrière Hills still looked calm, still looked beautiful, still looked safe. It remained a quiet mountain standing peacefully on the southern side of the island, a silent presence watching over Montserrat, a sleeping giant, and like many sleeping giants throughout history, its awakening would change everything. Slow, dramatic pause, because when a sleeping volcano finally wakes up, the results can be devastating.